Transcribing, and who likes both. We are back doing some more transcribing of the Mario Kart 8 theme. Now is for the really fun bit of like checking that the stream is working and checking that I can see comments if anybody leaves some, because we tend to get a couple when a stream is going on. Let's have a look. So YouTube on the front. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I can see that the stream exists. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Everything is running smoothly as it should. So I've now reached a stage where I actually can't do transcription anymore without live streaming it. It's sort of like it has to be broadcast to the public as well as just to me by myself. Let me just check the levels on OBS, because sometimes when I play audio it can be a bit loud. Let's play this. With the levels of my voice, I think it's kind of the same, but if you're watching this live, do let me know in the chat if me talking or the playback is like horrendously too loud or too quiet. So let's see where we got to. We're doing the Mario Kart 8 theme, and let's have a listen to how we're doing so far. Oh. I get this feeling that we don't have new sounds. Oh no, we do. Okay. Don't know if I put some dynamics that's like play really loud. Yeah, forte throughout. So yeah, might just adjust that at a later stage. I think the drums was actually something I wanted to work on today. I do find this quite funny. Oh, no, that's not the bit I was talking about. This bit, like total dropout and then back to FF. Cool. Let's listen to the orange and just get a sense of what gaps we need to work on, and also just sort of continuing to complete the structure for the rest of the piece. Right. Oh, alright YouTube. Taking your sweet time. Ruh-roh. Just want to make sure my internet connection isn't really dodgy, because that did happen before. I have my doubts. Look at YouTube. Kind of seems like a bit jumpy. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going. Just gonna hope and pray that everything is stable and good. Oh. It might be a slight, like a quaver rest. Yeah. Let's just chill the drums out a little bit. I think I might just like turn them down, literally, physically. Kind of feel like that's just a bit brisker, a bit quicker. Maybe it's like a dotted boy. Maybe if I make that into a small as well. Just kind of whisked by so quickly. The drums are deafening. Am I obsessing over this too much? I think probably. Am I going to make the trumpets play that high? Could do. Sometimes we have two trumpet players, and so maybe one of them could play normally and one of them can play up in the stratosphere. Except not that bit, is it? I've now got all muddled about my doo-da-doo-da-doo-das. Yeah, I'm going to do like an optional octave double for the trumpets, and it's like if they want to play it, they can, but they don't have to. And we'll do another cheeky optional octave double for our friends. Yes, okay. I'm just checking again that the internet isn't being really dodgy, because the last time I did a stream, it just kind of kept like jumping around. It was really rubbish and not like smooth at all, and you know, wouldn't have made for a very rewarding live experience or rewatch experience for anyone. So we are just gonna try and keep going as best we can. Try to close all my tabs, because I like to have a bajillion tabs open, and that can take a bit of a toll on things. So what were we doing? And I just want to check that that's on the right beat. I feel like we've got some stuff going on with the drums that I haven't really captured. That we just want to kind of let's just do a dugga, you know, technical term. And then we can figure out Oh, right, I've messed this up. Let's turn that into a 3 and turn that into a 3. I call them all like the number that you press to get the rhythm. So instead of saying like a semiquaver, I say a 3 because I press 3 to get the rhythm. And that's just how I have them in my mind, and it just means absolutely nothing to anybody. In fact, the dugga happens in the first half of the bar, doesn't it? And then what happens after that? Okay, dugga. Maybe it's just keep things simple, right? Da, 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 da. Let's do a da ga da ga da ga da ga. So just a bit less faff for our friend the drummer. Da ga da ga da ga da ga. Yeah, okay. And then there's a crash on something that is not the one. Let's have a listen. I think it's before that. I think it's before the and of 4. One and two and 3, 4. Let's just put a bass drum somewhere and just see if it kind of. Maybe this is right. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to do some slow motion listening, which one of my friends was watching this live stream and it put them off forever doing the slow motion listening. Right, I didn't think about where beat 1 is. I think it's right, but I'm not sure. We're just gonna roll with it. We're just gonna stay calm. Let's make this into a crash, boys. And then are we back in our little... Ooh. And then we're just, yeah, like disco drums vibe. Not going too fancy with the drums, just because it's like so much faff for a part that ultimately most drummers aren't going to read. And it's like boring to watch. So, if you're a bass or a guitar, what do you do during this? I think we're going to give the guitar a rest, because the guitar has these big moments between, you know, the brass sections, so all the brass can go ba ba da ba dee da, and then the trumpet, the guitar can go. And who plays that? It's quite a kind of brass, you know, not saxophones, but saxophones can get involved if they want. And we're going to do a cheeky optional up the octave for any very brave trumpet players. Let's just double everything in. Or is it, are there harmonies? There are harmonies. Oh, I can't believe I was about to just leave those out. Clearly I started some harmonic writing. We're going to be listening in slow motion. Let's see if I can just do it with 50% speed. Maybe. Bit squeaky. Oh. Yeah. I think that's all the voices that are present. Just two voices. Let's double the sax part, but down the octave. Oop. Bit weird, but it is a bit weird. It doesn't make any sense. It's weird, but it's weird. It's like a bit of a Gregorian chant moment for all involved. Good old drummers just gonna go boots and cats for the whole piece, basically. Yes. What happens next? What's in the bass? Back to full speed, so that we can have a nicer time. So we're just back to our boom, beep, beep, boom, beep, beep, boom, beep, beep. Let's just copy and paste. Woohoo! So cool! It's just a kind of two-bar. Do 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 do. Meow 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 meow. Do 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 do. Where does that happen? Do 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 do. I think it does that. Well, except at half the speed. Do 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 do. Meow 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 meow. Do 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 do. There's an easy way to do this, but I decided to commit to like copying and pasting it different note lengths at a time. And then we have another scabba-dee-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. We're gonna do some cheeky guitar plagiarism, and then we will see whether it is different in the Mario Kart World version compared to the Mario Kart 8 version. This is just a side note. Oh! Okay, we're just gonna steal that. Is that kind of what happens in the Mario Kart World version? I would say it is exactly what happens in the Mario Kart World version, which is great, because this is going to save us a bit of time, a bit of effort, having to listen, having to painstakingly go through. Whoop. I would say 90% of arranging is just like copying somebody else's homework, and then it's those little decisions that you make that are creative, that are very cool. Doodly doodlies. watch it. That's a triplet. Put in these guys. See, on guitar, you just play like one other note in your chord and you sound like a rock god. Oop! Excuse me. And, oh my goodness, how many ledger lines are we talking here? Probably that. I actually can't see. I think it might be up here, yeah. With the bass going burp, 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 burp. A nice stately march to the end of the 8-bar phrase. The minim is called a 6 in Alice's brain because you press a 6 to get a minim. Okay, let's listen and just see if this sounds vaguely like the right kind of thing. Cool. I could do all the slides and these. Maybe I will. I will, just to treat all of us. Interesting. This is notated with half. There is only quarter. Maybe in more. No. Well, I think quarter is gonna have to be kind of what's going on, I guess. Maybe I preferred it without those. Guitarists can figure it out. That's what I think. What happens next on our adventures? Is that what happens in this version? Kind of, but it's a little bit different. Because it's like... Oh no! It's basically the same, it's just like... It's the same for the brass, it's just like the rhythm section of funking it up. And that's, you know... When are the rhythm section not funking it up? That's what I want to know. Okay, so if you are an alto sax, you are playing the following, and we're going to turn off concert pitch so that it's easier to transcribe this. Have a listen. How is it articulated in this version? Can't just sing the same guitar part every single time. I'm excited because we've got one more guitar scoodly doodly, and then we're into which I don't know if it happens in the original, but in the Mario Kart World version there's this lovely like on the keys. How much of the stream has been me listening to and singing along to this piece? Because it is awesome. Let's get a sense of where we're going in the future. solo section, you can just write the word solo, and then put the rhythm section, ramp and chords in. And it's up to soloists to figure out. And I think the ending is the same as the intro, which I like, because it just copy-paste on. Great. So what I'm thinking is, want videos to autoplay. I'm turning it off right now. Is I'm about to finish this little section, and then we're into the and then it's solos, and then it's the scabadoo, and then there's a sort of like so basically, yeah, I'm finishing up the A section, then we're gonna have the B section, and then there's a C section, and then the piece is basically written down. It just needs to be copied and pasted everywhere. So how many more bars do we have? We've got 1, 2, is it just 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're gonna put, I'm gonna map our journey that we're going on, because I think if you've got a structure, it can just feel a bit more like it's more motivating to kind of map everything into the structure. We're just gonna do a little copy and paste of drums, even though obviously those have become a bit more interesting. Yawning away. So our next section is, let's just have a listen. I got a bit confused about how much I'm counting. C section will kind of begin here, although within that B section there are a few places that I would put rehearsal marks, because it's like, it's just so different to the rest of the feel of the whole thing. I will finish this, but I feel like it's more exciting, more dopamine giving to kind of start mapping out the next section. Let's just see, quite a different feel I think to the original. Okay, let's just copy this drum part and see, you know, it's a different feel. We don't have like a percussionist and a drummer, so it's time for everyone's favourite, most exciting thing. Copying the drums. Oh yeah. bam, and then bam. Our friend the ride symbol is coming into play. Tie that. Needs to be a ride bell. Absolute disaster. Strikes ride bell. Little square friend. And a snare. And then... oh, he's ride belled too hard, too close to the sun. Yeah, let's just copy this and see. That's meant to be a ride bell. Everything in life is now a ride bell. Gives you the absolute grooviest time. Don't want that to be plum plus snare as well. Interesting. It's meant to be a floor pedal hi-hat, it's called. We'll be hearing a lot of Animal Crossing noises when I arrange stuff. There we go. Ooh. Okay, snare, and then boy. Let's just see how that sounds. Ooh, bang-a-dunk-a-dunk-a-dunk. Let's do it like that. Cool, that's just going to be our kind of repeating rhythm. Once again, could write a more exciting drum part, can't be bothered, boring to watch, not very satisfying to actually even listen to on MuseScore. I'd love to know what kind of like drum feel that is, because it sounds so cool. Any drummers in the chat, in the comments, let me know. Now we're gonna get this keys part down because it's so cool. It's gonna be for our friend Mr. Guitar Player. That's what I've decided it is. Oh, okay. It's gonna be not that, it's gonna be more like also not like that, but kind of weird that that's what we've ended up with. Okay, somewhere between all of these insane options lies what we're meant to do. Maybe it's like dotted quavers. Why not? You know, if you were a rhythm, what rhythm would you be? I think I'd be a dotted quaver. But I don't know. I think that's kind of more like it. Sort of like we've had this rhythm before, I think, in the horn parts. Bum 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 bum. Not that one. Unfortunately, I'm very, very tired, and I want to see whether this stream has worked out. So I'm going to call it a day, a bit early today. But it's been very fun transcribing Mario Kart World. Should we just have a listen to... I mean, we haven't achieved much today, but we'll just listen to what we have achieved and then have a sleep. Yeah. Yes, that's definitely how it goes. When I'm less tired, I can figure out the guitar thing. Yeah, thank you for watching if you're one of our live watchers, and I hope if you're watching this on catch up, is that? I feel like that's not what it's called anymore. But yeah, if you're watching this at a later date, hello to you as well.